Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to determine if the sequence diverges or converges. If it does converge, we're going to find the limit. So our first example is a of n equals 3 plus 5n squared divided by n plus n squared. So step 1. We are going to go ahead and divide this. So I'm going to rewrite 3 plus 5n squared, put parentheses around it, all over n plus n squared. Parentheses. I'm going to divide the numerator and the denominator by the highest power of n. In this case, it's n squared. So I'm going to divide this by n squared and this. Make sure when you are doing this, you're applying them to each and every portion of the problem. So in this case, we are going to do 4. This will give me 3 over n squared plus 5, all divided by 1 over n plus 1. All right, from here we can go ahead and write out our limit. So our limit, as n goes to infinity, of 3 over n squared plus 5, all divided by 1 over n plus 1. This will give us, let's plug in that infinity everywhere we see n. So infinity squared will just be infinity. A big number can never go into a little number, so that turns to 0, plus 5. Same thing, infinity can never divide into 1, turns to 0, plus 1. Our final answer is 5, and it converges. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same problem, but with a different twist. If you like to use the L'Hopital's rule on this, you can. If you do not remember what L'Hopital's rule is, let's just go ahead and put the two cases. Whenever we take the derivative, if we receive a 0 over 0, or if we have a positive negative infinity over a positive negative infinity. So we have a of n equals 3 plus 5n squared all over n plus n squared. Whenever we're going to apply this rule, we'll put a little h over our equal sign. That tells your professor or whoever you're doing this for that you did this rule. Let's go ahead and take the derivative of both the numerator and the denominator. 3 will go to 0. Then we have 10n all over 1 plus 2n. Now, what I'm doing here is I am taking the limit every single time as n goes to infinity, and what I'm doing is I'm plugging them in, and this is what I did right here. Whenever I get one of these cases, we can take L'Hopital's again. So let's go ahead and plug infinity at this point. Infinity times 10 would be infinity. 1 plus 2 times infinity would give me an infinity, so I do have this case again. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. So the derivative of 10 will give me 10. All over 1 will go to 0. 2n will just go to 2. And I have the exact same answer of 5, and it converges. So it really depends on which way you like to do. Both work. They're both valid. So if you like to take the limit at each stage and take the derivative of both the numerator and denominator, go for the L'Hopital's rule. All right. Let's get right into our next one. This is going to be example number 2. And we're going to go ahead and do a of n equals n to the 4th all over n cubed minus 2n. All right, same thing. I'm going to do the first one on this one. I'm going to divide everything by the highest power of n in the denominator. In this case, it's n cubed. So I'm going to divide each one of these by n cubed. This gives me n to the 4th power over n cubed will just leave me with an n. We have 1 minus 2 over n squared. So I'll write this out real quick so you can see what I'm doing. So that was our first one. And then we have divided by n cubed over n cubed. That's where we got our 1, minus our 2n over n cubed. So here we just subtract. The highest power is n. That's got as our n. This will cancel and turn to 1. This n will cancel with one of these, leaving squared. All right, back up here. Now what we're going to do is take the limit as n approaches infinity of n over 1 minus 2 over n squared. And this gives us, go ahead and plug in infinity everywhere you see n. This will give us infinity all over 1 minus infinity squared is infinity, but infinity can never go into a smaller number. It cannot divide into 2. That will make 0. However, infinity over 1 leaves us with infinity. This diverges. All right. Moving to another example here, we are going to take a sub n, and this is example 3. A sub n equals 4n divided by 1 plus 9 to the n. All right, don't let this 9 to the nth power confuse you. We are going to still divide by the highest power of n, which happens to be 9n in this case. So I'm going to divide this by 9n and this by 9n. This will give me 4n over 9n all over 1 divided by 9n plus 9n over 9n. All right, from here we can just go ahead and simplify as much as possible. So I am given 4n over 9n divided by 1 over 9n plus 1. Let's take the limit as n approaches infinity of our 4n over 9n, all divided by 1 over 9n plus 1. Okay, plug in infinity everywhere you see n. So 4 to the infinity will always give us 0. We have infinity again right here. This will give us 0 as well, plus 1. So our answer here is 0, and this converges. You can either say it's convergent or it converges to 0. All right, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer all of them. And until next time.